Om Bhadram Karnevhi Shrunuyam Devaha Bhadram Pashe Makshabhirajatraha Sthirairangai Stuštubhagam Sastanubhihi Vyashema Devahitai Yadayuhu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, may we hear with our ears what is auspicious. May we see with our eyes what is good. May we, strong in limbs and body, sing your praise and enjoy the life allotted to us by you. Om peace, peace, peace. Good morning. You see, these prayers are important to make ready our body and mind to receive noble ideas. So, it's true, always we are not ready to hear, to see the great things. Great things are happening around us, but sometimes we fail to notice. So, to train our mind, to train our body even, we need to hear, we need to soak our mind into the great incidents that happened with noble souls, lofty souls, great souls. So when we hear continuously and time to time we contemplate on that, we achieve that capacity to appreciate those ideas. So, keeping this thing in our mind, we have started one series of talk. So, today is the second part of that topic. The topic was inspiring relationship between Swami Vivekananda and his brother disciples. So it is not only history. History is important, but history not only about some only incidents. Through those incidents, we learn many things, and it is open to us. It is depend to us how we imbibe those inspiration in our life. So our duty just to say, as Swami Saradananda, he wrote the Sri Ramakrishna and his divine play, the book in Bengali, originally in Bengali, Sri Ramakrishna Lila Prasanga, and repeatedly, again and again, he knew that the reader of this book, they have modern mind, logical mind, rational approach. So he only told, I am just depicting what I have seen. Now, O my reader, think your own self, and if you find something is good for you, you can accept that. So it was the approach of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. They're very unique. So, in our first lecture, we have talked about that. How to say? Who were they? We generally talked about who were they, because when we judge somebody, when we try to evaluate some kind of relationship, it is not what is happening in front of your eyes. You have to know about the background. Sometimes we judge people, our friends, our neighbors, our relatives, but once we try to understand why they are talking like that, why they are behaving like that, that feeling, always that helps us to understand the situation, and sometimes that is the beginning of help. If you want to help somebody, It is not the what he is talking now. Through what kind of incidents he is going through, he or she is going through, you have to understand. So these disciples, they are not only historical figures, they have some background. To make you understand, I can share one mythological story, Puranic story, in Indian context. You can take it as a story, or you can take it as a lesson, or maybe it can help you to understand what I want to say. So, it is said that, I remember in Bhagavad Gita, in 18th chapter, verse number 55. So, Krishna said, Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan jasyasmi tattvataha tato mang tattvato gatva vishate tat anantaram. He said, by devotion, he means a devotee, a seeker of God, a seeker of truth. He knows me in truth, what and who I am. Really, I am not mere youth that I am not only the driver of the chariot. I have other what to say? I have other role also that I played. So he's saying, by devotion only, that Shraddha, that faith will help you to understand somebody. So he's saying, by devotion he knows me in truth, really who I am. Then, having known me in truth, he forthwith enters into the Supreme. So, this is tattvato gatya, this is the Sanskrit term. You have to know in truth, not the superficial, what is his name, what is his qualification. It is superficial, labeling. No? The world label us. We have to go beyond those labeling. So, that is called, in truth we have to know. So, the story goes like that. So, on the writer, a great saintly person, a few years ago he passed away. So, I was trying to figure out where he wrote, but anyhow, I could not find out, but I remember how he put that point. So, he told that it was like that. Sometimes we see some play in the theater stage. We enjoy. No, this is the play written by Shakespeare or somebody else. We enjoy. Beautiful storyline. It is there is a certain layer of enjoyment, but you can understand with a different taste when we understand what is the name of the actor, who are they, what are their background, and before this play, what were the other plays that they enacted, all the story. So we can enjoy more. So knowledge always will give you we called Shakti and Ananda. Always go together. Knowledge can never make, we have a misconception. Knowledge makes you dry. No. It will give you Shakti, strength and joy. So let us go to the topic. So he said, there is a story in our Purana, the mythology, Indian mythology, that there were two gatekeepers of that eternal abode of Vishnu, Narayana, that they called Vaikuntha. So in the Vaikuntha, the eternal abode of Vishnu, there were two gatekeepers. So gatekeepers not only they are devotee. Only the devotees can get that kind of responsibility. You see, here Mark is sitting in the gate. So we trust Mark. So Mark not as an ordinary person. We have trust on him. So Jaya Vijaya was like that. But you know, sometimes it is a divine play of God. Sometimes it is when you get that kind of responsibility, sometimes pride arose, pride arise. No? And so in them also, pride arose. We are something special. No? You see around us. Sometimes people trusting somebody give their a powerful post, but they forget. They sometimes they forget that why we are here. So your part serving, the devotee and the God and the devotees of God. Anyhow, so it happened. Pride arose in them as a result due to a curse from the. I am trying to make it short. So as a result, due to a curse from the sages, they had to take birth on earth. Some sages wanted to visit, and that pride, immediately they understood, oh, so they need some lesson. No, they want to help you. So they cursed him and them, and as soon as they were cursed, they realized their mistake and begged the sages for forgiveness. Please forgive us. Because they are ultimately they are devotees. No, some mistake they have done. So please forgive us. The sages, as they were established in the truth, we call their Satya Sankalpa. They established in truth. Practicing, when you practice truthfulness, what happened? Your words become truth. It will happen. Nobody can change it. The nature will change to make your words truthful. It happens. So, as we are established in truth, we cannot change. Replied that once they had spoken, the event would inevitably unfold. Jaya and Vijaya, upon realizing the consequences of their actions, then asked the sages, is there any way we can quickly return to our Lord and serve him once again? So they told the sages, they pleased with their attitude, the changed attitude, that humble attitude. They answered, if you take birth as ordinary humans, you will need to go through many lifetimes before you can return to Vaikuntha, here again. However, if you act as enemies and become participants in the Lord's divine pastimes, Leelas, when the Lord incarnates on earth, if you take the role of enemies in those incarnations, then after just 3 lifetimes, you will return to Vaikuntha. So there is a story of incarnation, Vishnu takes avatar, incarnation, various avatars. So when he will go to the earth and assuming a human body, if you take part on the divine drama as enemies, then you can return within 3 lifetimes. So how it happens? We have seen in our common experience also. If the enmity is intense, real enmity, so you think that person day and night. No? How I can do some harm to him? Day and night, like Kamsa, that we are talking about. Day and night seeing Krishna. So that intense thought of God will make that make them to come to return to that abode quickly, because they thought about God intensely, fervently. That was the idea. So it is said that Jaya Vijaya took birth in various incarnations of Vishnu avatars, as first time Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, first time. I do not understand new stories. Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, then in Rama avatara, Ravana and Kumbhakarna, in Krishna incarnation, Shishupal and Dantavaktra. It is said that. So you see, when if you read Ramayana or Bhagavata, now you'll enjoy more. No? With a different attitude. Yeah, with a different attitude. So that's why I want to say, Urakara. Who are they? We have to know. Sri Ramakrishna also saw these disciples before they came to Sri Ramakrishna, and Sri Ramakrishna had many divine visions, who they really are. They came in previous incarnations also. So now, just it will enhance maybe our little bit of this story, all those histories if you read now. So we have read about Madhavanandaji's. You may remember Madhavanandaji, once mother told about him that ivory inlaid with gold, about he's a real monk of realization, a great scholar also. So we have read his introduction that he wrote on Sri Ramakrishna Bhakta Malika. That is the book written by Swami Gambhirananda on the lives of direct disciples. It's a Bengali book. We translated that part. Beautiful. We have read that part. So then we have shared story about Swami Vivekananda. Again, just today we have talked about Jaya Vijaya story. That story reminded us who really they are. Different kind of mindset, focused, pure soul. So then we talked about Kolmi Kripar, where we stopped. Sri Ramakrishna once he told that they always come with the divine incarnation. Like sometimes, what we did, when an avatar or divine incarnation comes to earth, they never come alone. Just as king is always surrounded by his trusted advisors, and too does the Lord, he brings along special companions. We have seen this in the lives of Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, Chaitanya, and others. We have already seen. If you go through their life stories, you will see that kind of discussion. But we are fortunate. We have more data now. Unfortunately, I was trying to figure out to read the direct disciples of Jesus. And I found they are struggling to find data. Not much data are there. From here and there, they are trying to think, like all those things. So they maybe they came from that background. Their father was influential person or not. Just I was reading a little bit from James, life from James. I found struggling, that the research is struggling to find out from this word, that words, that line from Bible and all those things. But this time we have more information. And time is difficult. No? So I think God also evolved in new incarnation with more power and more mercy, I should say. So this time we can get more information. We have many obstructions, distractions from the world. So God also more compassionate now, so that we can think. So Sri Ramakrishna once told, I recognized you on hearing you read the Chaitanya Bhagavata. He is talking about M. You are my own, the same substance like father and son. So with direct disciple and God, what is the relation? Father and son. All of you are coming here again. When you pull one part of the Kalmi creeper, all the branches come toward you. You are all relatives like brothers. That is the relationship, and divine relationship. There may be misunderstanding, serious misunderstanding among that blood relationships. No, but when this divine relationship, there is no misunderstanding. Misunderstanding for time being, like a play. Like in a play, they are acting like that, but when they will return to green room, they will sit and take coffee all together. So, and sometimes, this group of companies can be compared with theatre troupe, where Sri Ramakrishna is the lead actor, the hero of the play. Each of his companions had a role to play, some big, some small, but every role was important. Together, they brought out the deeper meaning of this life and mission. They sometimes talk, it is very difficult to recognize them. He told, like Bauler Dal. Bauls are mystic singers. Many part of India you can see them. They wear uncommon dress, and they're ascetics, and in their song they visit place to place and singing the glory of God, the deeper meaning of human life also. So they are bowls. So as they are with beard and different kind of dress, hardly you can understand who are they. They come and goes. So when avatar comes, God comes with his companions, they come, but their lifetime it is very difficult to understand. So, and we found that his affection was not weak or indulgent towards his disciples. He was like a coach. Remember, we are talking about that he was a coach. If anyone, each of these young devotees had unique dispositions and spiritual capacities. Sri Ramakrishna tailored his teachings to suit each one natures. What he advised to one, he might not say to another, yet his guidance for all led them toward the ultimate spiritual goal. So different kind of advice, each of them. Okay. So we have seen, let us just, about that team, just with a few lines, let us introduce them. About their Swami Yogananda. About him, he told that he was the Arjuna in his previous birth. Arjuner Angshe Janma, that was the word. He got some part of Arjuna. It was a mystical saying, very, very difficult to figure out. The companion of Krishna. But this avatar, he served Holy Mother, Sri Sharda Devi, with immense devotion. Among the ascetic disciples, he was the youngest to leave his mortal body. So then comes like Swami Premananda. About him, he told he is an aspect of the Divine Mother, pure to the very bones. The master of an entire states of divine ecstasy, during which he could not bear anyone's touch except for Baburam. He told, he is so pure. When I am samadhi stated, so I cannot bear everyone's touch. I need on pure soul. Baburam was like that, Swami Premananda. Swami Vivekananda gave him the name Premananda, and it perfectly reflected his life. His boundless love drew young devotees to the monastery, including many brilliant university students who later joined the Ramakrishna order. Swami Satprakashananda. So they all saw, highly influenced by Swami Vivekananda. But Swami Vivekananda told, you will not give initiation. He instructed him. So he never gave initiation, but his influence was immense. Then comes Swami Sharadananda, who carried both the responsibilities of the Ramakrishna order and the care of Holy Mother with remarkable dedication. As the first General Secretary of the order, he worked tirelessly while serving Holy Mother, who affectionately called him her Bhari. Many things Mother told about Swami Sharadananda, and about Swami Sharadananda and Shoshi, later Swami Ramakrishnananda. Sri Ramakrishna told they in previous birth they came with Jesus. There are many interesting stories. It is not mere words. Unknowingly, they did many things that support the utterance of Sri Ramakrishna. Anyhow, Holy Mother used to call him Bhari. Bhari means the most dependable person. So it was not easy to serve Holy Mother, because around her there is a big party, her companions. So it was not easy. So at the same time, he was looking after the newborn organization, Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission. At the same time, he was looking after Holy Mother. So he was the most dependable person, most trustworthy person. Then comes Swami Vivekananda, who was an engineer by training, who built the temple at Belur Math following Swami Vivekananda's design. A man is a brilliant man, brilliant student, but with also of great physical strength. When he first came, among those days, in first visits, Not maybe the first visit, but it was the maybe second or third visit. So, yes, the first time he saw Sri Ramakrishna at Belghoria, so it is not the first time. So he once humorously wrestled with Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna was sitting in the court, this young boy, teenage. He told, do you know how to wrestle? Yes. So they started wrestling, and it's a very interesting story. So only to later admit that he was spiritually defeated by Sri Ramakrishna. Through that touch, a divine touch, he imparted divine energy, his Shakti. So like that, many they came, like Swami Niranjanananda, another pure soul whom Sri Ramakrishna described as ever spotless. And he told he born with a part of Sri Rama. Sri Ramakrishna, like that it goes. Sri Ramakrishna often asked these young disciples, "What do you think of me?" Their answers revealed their deep spiritual connection with him, as they recognized him as the divine incarnation they had known across lifetimes. Swami Shivananda, later called, who was another name is Mahapurush Maharaj, he recalled his first impression of Sri Ramakrishna as mother. Interesting. When he first saw Sri Ramakrishna, he thought, he's my mother. Truly, the lives of these disciples were extraordinary. It seemed as if Sri Ramakrishna had divided himself into many forms and entered into their lives. They were all shaped in his mold. Sri Ramakrishna once said, "There are no monks like this anywhere in the world." It happened when Swami Advaitananda, one elderly disciple, many of us, we have a tendency, we have that we want to sometimes serve holy people. Sometimes we have that urge, many of us. So Advaitananda ji wanted to serve some monks. So he decided, a few days ago, that Kumbha, you heard about one big festival that was celebrated in India. So like that, there is another place called Ganga Sagara. Ganga Sagara means where that Ganga, the river Ganga, it enters into the Bay of Bengal, a holy place. So on special occasions, monks from all over the India, and the devotees also, they visit that place. So he thought, now the season of Ganga Sagara is coming. So he bought some ochre clothes, that cloth that generally monks they wear, and some rosary he bought, and he wanted to give or donate all those things to monks. So that it was his idea. He wanted to do that. When Sri Ramakrishna heard that, he told, "Here are my boys. So that there are no monks like this anywhere in the world. Though they are not wearing ochre now, they are just young boys, but they are pure soul." Then he gifted all those things to his disciples, especially young boys. This statement was true. In their renunciation, love, spiritual practice, and realization, they were unmatched. These were remarkable individuals, unlike any others. Each of their lives is worth deep reflection and repeated discussion. Sri Ramakrishna, when he used to talk about these young boys, sometimes he used to give the example of the flies and bees. He explained their nature beautifully. Sri Ramakrishna used to tell that ordinary people are like flies. They land on flowers, but also on dirt also, time to time. In contrast, these people are like bees, drinking only the nectar of flowers and avoiding anything impure. They seek only God, ignoring worldly pleasures. Ordinary spiritual seekers must strive hard to attain perfection, but they are already perfect, especially about the and from these 12 direct disciples, he used to call 5 of them as Ishvara Koti. Ishvara Koti means special class, like godlike souls. And Lokeshwarananda ji, he just shared about one of his memories when he was visiting Belur Math, and some kind of festival was going on. In that festival, some bauls came, that mystic singers. They were singing a song. In that song, he told that bauls are singing like that. They once sang a song describing how Sri Ramakrishna's companions, Naren, Rakhal, Baburam, and others were so extraordinary that if they had come separately, each of them could have been worshipped as an avatar. Because they came together, it's harder to recognize their greatness, like stars in the sky. Many stars in the skies are there. They are far more bigger in size than sun. But for us, as sun is very close to us, near to us, we think they are, they are like dust, their size is like dust. Like sun is the bigger than them. So, but they were also great soul. So, let us start with Swami Vivekananda. So, how he was extraordinary. A quick look about, on his life. We have seen that from a young age, Naren, that is the nickname of Swami Vivekananda, the pre-monastic name, was deeply devoted to God, especially Lord Shiva. He was particularly drawn to Shiva because Shiva is a renunciate. From a child, for him everyone's same. But from here, the future you could see. No? As he was renunciate, he had some kind of passion, love towards Shiva. As a child, he was energetic and mischievous. But he could be calmed if someone said, if you behave like this, Shiva won't let you come to Kailasa. He's a little boy, very, very playful, mischievous, very difficult to. And he had a cut mark in his eyebrow. So once he fell from the second story, second floor. It's very mischievous. But her mother, mothers are always trying to figure out how to calm this boy. So she found that if you put water saying Shiva Shiva on him, immediately this boy become calm. The one way to worship Shiva, if you probably all of you know, you have seen, if Shiva, the Shiva image of Shiva, Shiva Linga, they worship Shiva, devotees of Shiva, they're putting that water, and they say the name of Shiva is Ashutosha, very easy to please him. For others, you need means that particular thing, that kind, that's a particular thing. For Shiva, water is enough. Just put it. So it is interesting. In his childhood, his mother Bhuvaneshwari Devi discovered that one. Whenever he is too naughty to handle, just bring some water and put him and uttering Shiva Shiva. That's enough. And sometimes she used to say that I worshipped Shiva for a boy. It is an Indian custom. When mother, the young girls, they want to be mother, they pray to God so that their child have good samaskaras. They worship, and they say also that if in that state, if you think about good thing, it affects the baby. So, but it happened. We have seen, and sometimes she used to tell that I prayed to Shiva for a son like Shiva, but Shiva sent one ghost So, okay. Mm, but it was interesting. Even in play, Naren was different. He would play meditation. And while his friends saw it as a game, for him it was real. He would become so absorbed that he lost all awareness of his surroundings. Once, while meditating, a venomous snake came near him. All his friends ran away in fear, but Naren remained completely unaware. Interesting. It is a fact. It happened. Hmm. The famous, we have seen, here in shrine you can see the famous meditation posture of Swami Vivekananda. In the altar you can see. So it was taken in the West. So the friends of Vivekananda, Swamiji, they took Vivekananda to the photographer studio. And those days, we are talking more than 100 years ago. So they took him to the studio. So as the photographer was taking time, Swamiji, what to do? He sat, and immediately his mind was like that. He was absorbed in meditation. Then they took this photograph. So it was his condition, very natural state to meditate. Naren's remarkable qualities, his compassion, intelligence, and leadership were evident even as a child. He had a big heart. The last Sunday we were discussing, just if you think even how it happened. So whenever beggars came to their house, he would give them whatever he could find. He could not tolerate suffering of others. Any devotees, any beggars came, that dirty cloth, torn cloth, immediately he would run to his room and whatever in the closet, just grabbing in the hand. And so his mother was a very nice lady, pious lady, generous lady. But it is not easy to handle that kind of thing, no? Your child is running to the closet and any time and bringing the new clothes and giving to beggars. So she locked him in a room, in the second floor. From the second floor, from the window, if he would see that some beggars is there, from the window he'd give. So just think about that. Compare with us. Just compare. What kind of, we also, we are also in childhood playful, but not like that. It shows his big heart. He could not tolerate. So at school, Naren was loved by his friends and was a natural leader. His friends followed his decisions without question. He was quick-witted and courageous. Once a boy almost got crushed under a horse-drawn carriage. While everyone else froze in fear, Naren rushed in, risking his own life, and saved the boy. We'll come in this kind of thing afterwards. Sri Ramakrishna, why he made him the leader? He was a born leader. Another situation is there. One time, Naren and his friends were on a boat ride. One of the boys got sick and vomited, which led to a fight with the boatman. The boatman refused to clean up the mess or let them dock the boat unless they did it themselves. As the argument escalated, young Naren quietly jumped out of the boat and swam to the shore. And he saw two soldiers, British soldiers, was going. And immediately, with his broken English, he narrated all those in what happened. And it was a different India under British rule. When this boatman found they have got some kind of friendship with British people, immediately they let them go. So he was a very interesting person. So when this Naren, when he came to Sri Ramakrishna, there are many stories. We have to skip. When he first came to see Sri Ramakrishna, we see Sri Ramakrishna was waiting for him. And he told, why you took so much time to come? But Naren was was not ready for that. For him, okay, I am the son of Vishwanath Datta, never saw this person. Why he is talking like that? But Sri Ramakrishna had some divine vision. Sri Ramakrishna, the first time they saw each other was at Surendra Mitra's house, where Narendra sang a few songs for him. The second meeting was at Dakshineshwar. As soon as Narendra arrived, Sri Ramakrishna said, "Why did you take so long to come? I have been waiting for you for so many days." He added, "I know who you are. You are that great sage, Narayana, in human form." Narendra was surprised and thought, "This man must be mad. I am just the son of Vishwanath Datta, and he is calling me Narayana." Yet, when he observed Sri Ramakrishna talking to others, he noticed that he was completely normal. Then he decided he must be, he's a nice person, but maybe monomaniac. so, partly mad. But he also saw that he was different from anyone else and genuinely good. This is Narendra, very rational. He talks like sometimes crazy person, but not always crazy. This person is pure. I never saw that kind of a person before. So it brought him again to see Sri Ramakrishna. From the moment Sri Ramakrishna met Narendra, he was completely captivated by him. He would constantly think of Narendranath, saying, "Naren, Naren," always. So why? It was strange. Even Swami Premananda, then he was Baburam in his pre-monastic life. He saw at night Sri Ramakrishna. In those days, there are, if you wanted to stay at Dakshineshwar, Sri Ramakrishna, either you have to sleep in the floor of Sri Ramakrishna's room or in the veranda. So they were staying in Sri Ramakrishna's room at Dakshineshwar in the floor. At that time, he did not know who Naren was. Baburam did not know. He observed Sri Ramakrishna spending the entire night crying for Naren, saying, "My heart feels like it's being wrung like a wet cloth because of Naren." So again, we have to think about all those things, because we cannot share all. You have to read the books. So from that, why it is like that? So Baburam wondered, who is this Naren? He must be so heartless to cause so much pain to someone who loves him so deeply. Why he is not coming? Naren, on the other hand, would often scold Sri Ramakrishna for being so focused on him. He would say, "Just like King Bharata became deer by thinking of a deer constantly, you will face the same fate by thinking of me all the time. Why do you worry about me so much?" And the story, it happens that it says in Hindu tradition, when you leave your body, the last moment, the thought that is prevailing in your mind, you will get that kind of, that fate in your next birth. So in that story, the King Bharat, the mighty, powerful king, he was the emperor of India at some point. Then he renounced the world and became a sage. But it went like that. At the end, he became so compassionate to a little deer. So at the last moment of his life, he was so thinking so intensely about the deer. So it causes, just you think it as a story also. You need not to believe me. So, but it happened like that in the story. In next part, he said that he born as a deer. Then it goes on. Beautiful story. But so he was mentioning Naren. You are thinking so much of me. What will happen in your next birth? So these comments occasionally made Sri Ramakrishna doubt himself. He was like a childlike, pure. Naren is saying like that. He is a university boy, intelligent. Must be I am wrong. Must be I am wrong. So he once said, I was riding to Sri Ram was saying, I was riding to Balaram's house in a carriage when I began to worry. I thought, and not even Naren, another interesting person, Hajra, another interesting person, he also would question his this affectionate nature towards Naren. So Sri Ramakrishna, one day he was thinking, I thought, Mother, Hajra says, I think too much about Naren and the other young boys instead of focusing on God. Why do I care so much about them? Then, all of a sudden, the Divine Mother revealed to me, these young men are pure receptacles of God consciousness. In Sri Ramakrishna's word, Shuddhatma, pure, ready to accept, to absorb new noble ideas, ready. Sri Ramakrishna used, anyhow, different. So this, so it is only about Naren? No, not only Naren. About others also. About Naren, he was special. Just think about Latu. Latu, in apparently, he was the servant of Ramchandra Datta, another householder disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. Latu came from Bihar, an unlettered person. He was unlettered, from a poor family. And as there was no job in that place of India, he came with his uncle to Kolkata. And here he found a job at Ram Datta's house to look the household, just a servant, cleaning the marketing, the shopping, cleaning the floor, all those things. And time to time, and that time he came to Dakshineshwar with Ramchandra Datta. Sri Ramakrishna saw that boy, and he found, he's mine. He's mine. Immediately, behind the appearance, he could see the soul of Latu. So, anyhow, so as soon as Sri Ramakrishna saw him, he recognized him as a pure soul. He asked Ram, will you let me have him? And kept Latu close to him. That was the beginning with the beautiful relationship with Latu and Sri Ramakrishna. A beautiful relationship. Latu was unlettered. The first words and that ABCD. In Bengali or in Hindi, it is A, A, Ka, Kha. Sri Ramakrishna also, in that sense, was a great scholar. In that sense. Means he hardly went to the school for few times. So he found he knows nothing, Latu. So he started teaching Latu. So with, I think, only he could teach Latu only the first two letters. Then he had to stop. Because he could not pronounce even. There is, I do not whether you understand or not. Their first two words is O and A. So he told Latu, this is O. Latu pronounced O as A. So he tried, no Latu, this is O. He pronounced as A. Well, Latu, if you utter first word O as A, the second letter is A. How will you pronounce A? So then they tried, and Sri Ramakrishna failed. So it is interesting. The great teacher, he also failed. So this is the story between Latu and Sri Ramakrishna. So, but among all of them, Narendra was unique. And Sri Ramakrishna loved him the most. Speaking of Narendra, Sri Ramakrishna would say, he is like a blazing fire of knowledge. The fire of wisdom burns brightly within him. Maya cannot come near him. Whatever he consumes, he fully absorbs. He is different from everyone else. When he first saw Sri Ramakrishna, when first he saw Naren entering his room from the west side veranda, he was surprised to see Naren, Sri Ramakrishna. He told, how could someone so pure live in the city like Calcutta? Surrounded by worldly people, the moment I touched him, he went into a deep spiritual state. Sometimes Sri Ramakrishna often said, he came Sri Ramakrishna means me, I came for him alone. Strange kind of utterance. It's for Naren I came. We do not know how to explain that. And he told, just as Chaitanya descended to earth with the roar of Advaita Acharya, it is said that seeing the suffering of the humanity in Chaitanya incarnation, in 15th century it happened. So Advaita Acharya, a saintly person, and later was recognized as a close companion of Chaitanya. So it is said that he was elder. If you compare the age, he was quite old by then. So Advaita Acharya daily, he used to pray to God. So in Gita you have said that whenever there will be that the dharma will decline, it will manifest again and again. But it is so much of suffering around us. Why you are not coming? So mentioning that incident, then after some years, Chaitanya, he was born like that. So he mentioned, this time I came for him alone. Strange. I don't know. So, such was the extraordinary attraction of Sri Ramakrishna felt for Swamiji. The scriptures say, sometimes Sri Ramakrishna was in doubt. He used to ask that mother, and another occasion he asked Bholanath, the employee of Dakshineshwar Kali estate. He asked that, so why it is happening like this with me? Why I became so restless to see Naren? So Bholanath, he read Mahabharata and other scriptures. He said, your answer is there in Mahabharata. He told that when a mind accustomed to divine absorption descends, it yearns for the company of pure sattvic souls. Only their presence can bring it peace. When that kind of your mind came down from ecstasy, samadhi, that highest state, then he look for some support, look for some pure soul, with whom he can share his thoughts, little bit, whatever. So your answer you can get in Mahabharata. The scriptures say that when a person attains samadhi, their body can survive for just 21 more days, it says. Why? This is because the body remains only as long as some desire is present. We are full of desires, we cannot understand. So only you need some desire to sustain your body. But a person in samadhi has no desire, so their body naturally dissolves after 21 days. However, an avatar or a great spiritual being chooses to retain a single desire, the desire for the welfare of others. Here is the difference. Only compassion. Many times in Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, you will see Sri Ramakrishna's praying. His prayer is different. We pray for some different, for health issue, for something, money. Sri Ramakrishna is saying, Mother, I do not want to always remain absorbed in samadhi. I want to talk with devotees. I want to share your thoughts about your glory. So make me come down. So that is the thing. They want to share what they felt. They want to share what they saw. I remember in the Sri Ramakrishna and his divine play, Saradananda wrote very, very beautifully. He told, it's just like a parched desert outside. No water, no rain. And here, avatar, it happened to Buddha also. After the illumination, he found here is that water is there, cold water for thirsty people. And outside is parched desert. People are looking for cold water. So, you may know that Buddha story. After that illumination, he was thinking that he was pacing back and forth there. And in a story, like they told, then the gods, Brahma, they came, they please share your thoughts. People are there, they are thirsty. Then he started giving that Dharma Chakra Pravartana. Same time. So here he is full. and outside that is a thirst. So that is the desire. These desires keeps them connected to their body. Though they look and act like ordinary people, they are far from ordinary. Judging them by regular human standards would be a mistake. Sometimes, from without any context, we see around us picking up a line from Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda told that, a controversial line. Sri Ramakrishna, he did like that, some controversial thing. But see the context. That's why we have to know who really they were. They are different. So, in Kularnava Tantra is a beautiful line. Rules exist for ordinary people, not for those who have realized the highest truth. It says, Parabrahmani Vigyate Samaster Niyamer Alam. For one who has attained the Supreme, rules are unnecessary. When you have done, means you have become an expert dancer, you need not to, from the beginning you need not to start, put your feet here, there, you need not to do that. You already practiced. If you, in your sleep, if it is possible, if you started dancing, your step will fall in a proper position, because expert in that. So, for the knower of Brahman, they do not need any kind of rules to follow. They are practiced. And again, they say, Tala vrintena king karyam labdhe malaya marute. It says, what use is a fan to create wind, to fan you, when the Malaya breeze is already blowing? The sweet Malaya breeze is coming from that mountain Malaya. Sweet breeze is coming. So need not to fan now. You can just keep your fan. So fan is like rules and regulations. Already you are established in truth, in compassion. When someone reaches the ultimate spiritual state, their every action becomes harmonious and beneficial to others. They cannot harm anyone, even by mistake. There's another, I can say, another beautiful, again, same Tantra, Kularnava Tantra, it says, Yatra yatra gajo yati tatra margo yatha bhavet kula yogi charit yatra sa sanmargaha. It says that wherever an elephant walks, it creates a path. Even if there is no pre-existing road, the elephant's footsteps make one. How beautiful these lines. They noticed about their knower of Brahman. So it is very difficult to understand. So when he was showing so much of affection to Naren, everyone thinking, what is this? Behaving like ordinary people. But that was the reason. He saw a great soul who descends in this earth to fulfill his mission. So I think in today it will not be possible. We'll see after the Dakshineshwar, new episode will start. So we are talking mostly about Dakshineshwar. Then it comes about Shampukur. Sri Ramakrishna developed cancer. And how he was forming the new religious order. But unknowingly, the people who are visiting Sri Ramakrishna, even the householder devotees, they could not realize what is happening. But just mentioning one utterance by Holy Mother, she once told that Atodin Porjonto, up to this date, Dakshineshwar days, these boys used to call them Rakhal Babu kemon achen, Noren Babu kemon achen, Mr. Noren, how are you? Mr. Rakhal, how are you? But seeing that, Sri Ramakrishna would think, how I can unite them? How? ওদের মধ্যে যদি একটা ঐক্য করে যেতে পারতাম, how I can unite them to make a bond. So Holy Mother noticed that. And when the cancer was developed in his throat, and these young boys started staying with Sri Ramakrishna day and night, and started serving their Guru. Sri Ramakrishna went through a lot of pain, just like sometimes, that crucifixion of Jesus, it created the new church, the pain through suffering. In Sri Ramakrishna also, we can see he accepted that suffering and thus united his disciples. And another thing he told, that there is another reason too for this disease. He told that ete agacha palay, this disease has a purpose. It drives away the weeds. Interesting. Only the pure will remain. Why has this ailment come? To separate the wheat from the chaff. Those with selfish devotion will live when they see this illness. Avatara, great soul, have cancer. So it happened. Only pure souls, they remained with him. And thus Sri Ramakrishna told, among these pure souls, among devotees, he used to tell that there are two categories are there. One is antaranga, another is bahiranga. If you go any, just like here chapel, it is, I cannot show you. If you have have you seen, who have seen the Nata Mandir of Dakshineshwar? Dakshineshwar, it is where people can sit. There are pillars. Some pillars are like ornamental pillars, just to show. Some pillars are there, they're really holding that building. So, the real thing is antaranga, inner pillars. They are the inner pillars. And some are there ornamental. So, he categorized these two divisions. So, if Mother wishes, we just discuss again in our next class about that. Om Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhrita Vigraham Vai Ishavatarang Parameshamidyam Tang Rama Krishnang Shirasa Namama. Salutation to Sri Ramakrishna, the incarnation of the Supreme Lord, the holiness embodied, who is worshipped by all and is the perfect embodiment of the eternal truth, manifesting in various forms to guide and help mankind. Om, peace, peace, peace.